Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TyberHouseOfKicks.com, and today I have something new in the house. These are the Kobe 5 Bruce Lee. So as you all know, I do a lot of writing on my website, and sometimes I get approached by people that want me to give them backlinks through my website, so I give them conditions. Now, this company called Crossreps chose to send me a pair of Kobe 5 Bruce Lee. These are obviously replicas, and they just wanted me to test it. So here I am. I just wanted to test it for you guys, but I'll show you how to authenticate it if you want to buy these online, because there's a lot of fakes, and on third-party marketplaces, you don't know what you're gonna get. They send you fake, and then you get mad because you pay like $400 or $500 for it. So in this video, I'll show you how to quickly authenticate it. So I'm gonna take this on the court and I'm gonna play with them. But the first thing that you want to do when you get the shoe is check the box. The box is always the first thing to look at. Now, if you look at this box here, all right, you can see it's a little ashy. That's the thing with the box, and it's too small. Like, I wear a size 13, and for size 13, this box is a little too small. Okay, and there's like lines on the box, which is because they use like cheaper material. So you can see it's a little ashy and there's like lines on it. And if you look on the label, I'll show you that later on. The label is a little bold and is missing the MSRP sticker. When this came out in 2020, Nike still had stickers here. They don't have it here, the tear up sticker. They didn't have it on this one. So that's one thing. Now, on the inside of the box, I don't know why I was sent StockX stuff. They have StockX tags on it. Don't care about StockX and stuff like that. I don't really care. StockX sticker, I'm not going to use this. They sent me this card. I guess it's a Nike shoes come out with this tag in overseas. So, and then there's also another StockX tag in there. I don't know where I put it. I might have lost it. But anyway, that's it with the box. So the box is the first thing that you want to look at. Now the next thing is, when I first got them, as soon as I opened the box, I smelled the shoes. And the glue smell was so strong outside of the box. When I quickly opened the box, I was like, man, this gave me a headache. My eyes were like, so it was really strong. Now today it's not as strong. It's like 80% still strong. But that glue smell is really a dead giveaway on most fakes. Okay, that's one thing that you want to look at. But other than that, man, the shoe looks incredible. So I can't wait to test this on the court. Now, what do you need to look for if you want to authenticate this? So I went online and found some pictures, did some side by side. And as I show you this, these pictures are going to pop up so you can see again. So now, the first thing that you want to look at is the scratch marks. These marks here are supposed to be more slanted. Now, they look slanted here, but if you look at the real pair, they are more slanted and they are longer. And they are more pointy. Now, this is too thick. It's not as slanted here, and they're supposed to be more pointy and longer. On the authentic, they are longer. So that's one thing that you want to look at. The first thing that you want to look at. Now, the next thing is the swoosh logo. On the swoosh logo, the outline here, this gray outline is too thick on these fakes. It's too thick. It's not supposed to be as thick. Again, when this picture pops up, you're going to see that. And then the swoosh logo is supposed to be closer to the midsole. The gap here is too big. I compared this to a size 13 and the gap was too big. Okay, so that's another thing that you want to look at. I'm going to show you the other pair as well. So again, the scratch marks, they are supposed to be longer and they are supposed to be more pointy and they are supposed to be more slanted. And the swoosh logo is supposed to be almost adjacent to the midsole on the size 13. And the outline here is too thick. It's supposed to be a little thinner than this. All right, so that's it for the scratch marks and the swoosh logo. The next thing that you want to look at is the back side. Now, if you look at the back side, the Kobe signature. Now, that signature on the authentic, it's closer to the midsole. Here is a little higher, it's placed higher. And if you look at the print inside, the print is too thick. You're going to see that on the authentic is thinner. It's a thinner print. And this clip here, this toe plate, this heel plate is too long. It's placed too high. It's too high on this fake pair, because you can see that the gap between the edge of the clip and the heel tab is smaller on the fake, and on the authentic it's supposed to be wider because this heel plate is placed not too high. It's not too long on the authentic. All right, that's the other thing that you want to look at, the heel plate, the signature print, and its position and how high it is on these fakes. Now, the next thing that you want to look at, which was not obvious. Actually, I like this because if you look at the heel liner, it's very thick. This is more padding on the fakes. Very thick. On the authentic, it's not as thick. All right, which is good news for me, because I'm thinking I want more padding. I want my foot to be cushioned. So more padding, a win for me. So I don't know why the fake one is not, the authentic one is not as thick as this fake one here. Again, if you look, there's going to be a gap here between the gap between this and this is not as big on the authentic and bigger here. Again, this padding this is really padded. This is why this is very thick. And the next thing you want to look at is the outsole. And that will be our last thing, pretty much, because if you look at the carbon fiber, right now, it's blacker here on the fake one. Now, on the authentic, you're gonna see that there's a clear distinction between the gray and the black squares. On this one, the distinction is not as apparent. It's not very pronounced. It's supposed to be very pronounced. And then when I scratched it, this carbon fiber feels good to me. So I don't know how that's gonna hold up, but we're gonna see. All right. And then if you look at the outsole here, this red portion, the paint is like bleeding. Poor paint job on these fakes, because that's what happens. They rush it, and that's what happens. So here it's not as bad, but on the left pair, the paint job is pretty poor. Other than that, that's it. There's no other things that I noticed. So these are the things that you want to look for in this shoe. I'll go back here and recap it. The scratch marks, longer on the authentic and pointier, and also more slanted on the authentic. And then the swoosh logo is supposed to be placed closer to the midsole, and the outline is supposed to be thinner. And then the next thing is we discussed the back side. The heel plate is supposed to be not as long as it is here, and the signature is closer to the edge of the midsole. All right, and then finally we also discussed the heel liner. This is pretty thick on these fakes. And actually, let me pull out the insoles real quick, and I'll show you what's inside. Let's see. So the insoles, when I pulled them out, I didn't compare these, but they are very flimsy, not very padded. All right. And inside, you see the footbed is gray, and the stitching is pretty neat, which I was surprised by. The stitching here is pretty neat. Now, there's a little hole here. I think this is how they insert the zoom unit in there. Now, I'm not going to cut out the shoe to see if there are actual zoom unit, but I believe there are zoom unit in there. This is why you see that hole in there. I don't know how this is going to hold up on the court. So the next step is to go back to go check this out on the court. Now, I play pickleball and I play a lot of basketball, so I don't know if I'm going to try this out on pickleball first and then basketball, but we'll see. So I'll go back and play ball with them, and I'll tell you how they held up on the court. But again, thanks to CrossFit for sending these. I like them. So depending on how they perform on the court, I might keep them. If not, I'll donate them to somebody. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the court.
Okay, Dad. Okay, Dad.
Hey guys, I'm back here. I just played pickleball for like 2 hours. So my first impressions now, when I put the shoes on, man, initially the side of my toe, especially on the left pair, was hurting a little bit. On this side of the shoe, it was hurting for like 15 minutes. So what I did was I put them on in the house for like 45 minutes. And then I went to the YMCA and I played some pickleball, which you saw in the video. So as I was playing pickleball, I mean, the court at the Y is dusty, right? Nice floor, but it's dusty. But when I was playing, the grip on these is insane. Like the court grip is insane. I didn't feel like I was sliding, because sometimes it happens at the YMCA, especially when it's a little cold outside. When you play on the court, it gets funny. Now, pickleball, I use this for pickleball, so it's like that's not the appropriate shoe for pickleball, but I just wanted to try it. I'm going to go also and play some basketball. As far as like the cushioning was good. I usually use the Spawn 4 Under Armour. That's what I play with. But these right here, man, for a replica, man, I'm pretty impressed by the shoe. Like the ventilation, I wasn't feeling like my feet were warm or hot. But I would say this, I'm usually a size 13, but this is a little too tight. So if you want to get these, you probably, if you wear a 12, get a 13. If you wear 13, get a 14. Like I said, the side of my toe right here was the only place where I was having some discomfort. It took some time to break them in. They're a little tight. If you have a wide foot, it takes a little while to get used to them. So I had to put them on for like at least 45 minutes ahead of time. So I'm going to play basketball as well today or maybe tomorrow, and I'll see how they hold up on the court when I'm actually playing basketball. So we'll see, all right? But for now, my first impressions are great. You know, it's a good shoe. You know, like I didn't feel like they were going to come apart. So I don't know if they're going to last that long. But as of now, I'm pretty satisfied with the results, you know. So we'll see what happens when I play basketball.
After this is done, I'm gonna.
All right, guys. So as you can see, I went and played at a wire for like 45 minutes to an hour. So these are my final observations on these Kobe 5 Bruce Lee from Cross Reps. So again, I sat out for like 5 hours after playing pickleball, and I put the shoes back on again. This side of my foot felt really stiff on here. It was a little bit like uncomfortable when I was putting the shoes on. And again, near the toe on the sides, it's also a little uncomfortable. So what would I say about this is breaking them in is going to take some time, because again, I sat out for like 5 hours and I put them back on again. It felt like I was just putting them on for the first time. So breaking them in is going to take some time. But then again, after 15 minutes, I felt comfortable. So I went and played with some kids at the Y. My usual guys were not there, so I saw some kids playing. I asked them, hey, can I play with you? I'm just testing the shoes real quick. So we went in and we played. And I had a horrible game, of course. It happens when the camera is on. Anyway, so as far as like balance and stability, I did not feel like my foot was wiggling in the shoes. So I tightened them up and they were pretty good to go. Like I was running, I didn't feel like I was not balanced. You know, I was really comfortable running around. You know, like I went to the basket a couple of times, took some shots, you know, dribble. I didn't feel any kind of discomfort. And cushioning again, like I don't jump that high, so it's not like I jump like Zach Randolph. So you can tell I'm a big guy, so cushioning is something that I value. But again, I like shoes that are low to the ground. So these here, I used the Spawn 4 and they felt the same way. Cushioning was great. I didn't feel like it was hurting the bottom of my foot a little bit. Now I'm feeling a little discomfort right now as I'm talking. That's because I've played all day today. So that's probably why. It's not because of the shoes, it's because I've been on my feet doing a lot of stuff today. Ventilation is great. You know, like I didn't feel like it was warm. Again, the Y has the heater on and I didn't feel anything. So I felt like he was pretty comfortable, you know, was cooling, was fine, you know. As I was running, again, the grip on these is incredible. So the traction is amazing. I didn't feel like I was slipping. Again, the floor is dusty in the Y, but it did not bother me at all, because sometimes when I wear the Spawn 4, I guess it's a dust collector. So sometimes when I play with those, I don't feel that comfortable. So these ones, again, I don't think they collect dust. So they were pretty good on the court. All right, and other than that, what else is there to talk about? You know, durability. I can't talk about longevity because I don't know how these are going to last. I've only used them for 2 days, so I can't tell you if they're going to last. But for a pair of like variant, these are pretty decent. Again, I recommend them. I'm going to use them for basketball purposes, and they do their job just fine. I wear all my shoes for basketball, especially when they're basketball sneakers. So again, thanks to Cross Reps for sending these out. I like them, besides the little things that I mentioned earlier today about how to authenticate it. These will do just fine. All right, so cushioning is great, stability is good, ventilation is all right. Now the only problem is they're a little too narrow. Again, I have a wide foot, so putting them on was a little hard. I had to really push my foot in there. So other than that, if you're a size 13, order a size 14. If you're a size 12, get a size 13, because these run very small. All right, so I hope this was helpful to you guys. Again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more stuff.